On today's episode, I talk about the NFDA survey and the one statistic nobody talks about that's hugely valuable, 3 productivity apps, and what are Facebook custom audiences and how you can leverage the data to find out more about the consumer that you're serving.
It's not an option, worries throw them away. My mind's made, they got nothing to say. Got you feeling like you can't go on. Don't believe the lies that they told you, be strong. I'm saying live your life for the moment and love it. Figure out your ceiling, break the mold, rise above it. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to DISRUPTu episode 27. 27? Episode 27, we're going with that. I want to talk first thing about the NFDA consumer survey and the stat that nobody is talking about that I think is one of the more important stats in the entire study and all the data that's there. 82% of consumers only shopped one funeral home before making a decision. Now, what does that mean? That means that if you are the funeral home who provides the most value to that one consumer before they're in a pre-need or at-need situation, there's an 82% chance that you are going to be the funeral home who gets that call. The number one reason in that survey that consumers said they chose a funeral home is from a previous experience. So if you're engaging on social media and you're providing value first and you're engaging that consumer, there's an 82% chance that you are going to be the funeral home that gets that call. That is a huge statistic, a big deal, and no one's really talking about it. And NFDA has actually spun it in a way that makes it sound like social media is irrelevant in that equation. Absolutely mind blown, crazy. 82% of consumers shop one funeral home. If you can get that consumer into your pipeline through engagement on social media and you're providing value, you've got an 82% chance that you are going to get that call. Big, big deal. All right. One of the questions I get asked a lot from people at conventions or just through private messages that have nothing to do with social media are 3 apps that we use for productivity. So when I look at personally my day-to-day, here's 3 apps that I use for productivity and that we use as a team for productivity. Number 1, Trello. Trello is a app where that allows you to have task and project management lists that you can move and assign and get notifications for. So we use this in our creative process. We use it in our different creative teams and content teams to identify what needs to be done in a checklist. When each stage of the process is completed, we can move that card over to the next, which triggers a action from another team member to let them know that something's now in their pipeline that needs to be done. So Trello is one of the productivity apps we use. Number 2, Calendly. This has saved me so much time and makes it very easy to maximize the time I have during a day and set appointments with people. Is there an applicable way that this could be used in a funeral home with families? Possibly, specifically with those funeral homes and companies who are doing online cremation, where everything is done by appointment and through a phone call or a web chat or a GoToMeeting. Very, very cool. You send somebody a personalized link that shows them your calendar. It doesn't show them what's on your calendar. It shows them a day and the time slots that you have available for a meeting. You can set presets. So I have 5, 15, 30, and 60-minute meetings that someone can set that allows them to schedule something on my calendar, gives them an 800 number to call, and we can make a connection. So it saved me a lot of time versus emailing back and forth with people to see when they're available. I can send them a link to my calendar. They can automatically schedule something at an available time slot in my day. So huge, huge productivity there. And the other one is Facebook Pages. Obviously, we use this app extensively to manage pages of our clients, to get notifications. We have other third-party software we use to go a little bit deeper and granular and analytics and other things and keyword tracking. But on just using Facebook on a mobile device to manage your business page, the Facebook Pages app, hands down, is fantastic. Allows you to do just about everything you can do online for your page through the mobile app, and it's specifically designed for pages. So it is a standalone app from the normal Facebook app that you would use to personally browse Facebook. So Facebook Pages app, super, super productivity there. Okay, last question. What are Facebook custom audiences? So this is a question that typically most funeral homes aren't asking us because Most people don't know what Facebook custom audiences is or that they even exist, but it's one of the things that we use internally to find out the most important data about the customer set that we're trying to target. And it opens up a world of knowledge about the end user and consumer that's engaging with a funeral home. And it allows us to do that cool thing where we retarget people. So you've all seen this happen. You go to, let's say you go to Cadillac, you build your Escalade to see what the price is going to be. You don't actually purchase through Cadillac's website, right? You just build out what you want. You see the price. You don't think anything of it. You leave Cadillac, you go to ESPN, you see an ad for an Escalade. You go to Facebook, you see an ad for an Escalade. You do all these different things online, and the whole time you're browsing online, you're seeing ads for Escalades everywhere. This is called retargeting or remarketing. And you have the ability to do that through Facebook, through custom audiences, where you can actually set up a line of code that goes on your funeral home website on any page that you want to track. Any user that goes to that page, it'll cookie their browser and track them back to Facebook. Doing this allows you to do a couple different things. Retarget that user once they've been to your website with an ad, but Facebook also allows you to analyze that custom audience. You can learn a lot about your audience, the demographics, who they are, what they like, their interests on Facebook, other pages that they like that are in common with other people who have visited your Facebook or your funeral home website. Average income level, do they own or rent a home, credit card debt. There's so many different variables that you can measure that really tell you a lot about the consumer that you're trying to hit. So Facebook custom audiences is something that we use internally to gather data and retarget people who are already in the ecosystem of our clients' demographic because they've already visited the funeral home website. So they're already in that ecosystem and have brand awareness. We can now leverage that to get them into the ecosystem on Facebook to where now we can engage with them on a daily basis. So Facebook custom audiences, huge value, completely underutilized in our profession. Awesome. So those are 3 quick hitting topics that we're finally able to get back in the groove of doing a DISRUPTu. So until next time, keep disrupting.